So today I am going to talk about the snow. Well, specifically, I'm going to talk about my day yesterday and some self-development learning points that I had about my day yesterday. I had a Saturday yesterday. A Saturday for me is a day when I have downtime, I have leisure time. I just try and separate myself from screens. I try and separate myself from work. Sometimes you can't because that's some things I have to do, but I try and mark Saturday as a day when I do that. And I see Saturday as sort of the end of my week. I see Sunday as the start of my week. And a lot of people question that and say, no, 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 you shouldn't do that. You should start on a Monday. Well, how I start on a Sunday is basically I get things ready, prepare myself, and then I enjoy my Sunday when that's all done. But anyway, back to yesterday, and it's snowing. So yesterday where I live, it started to snow, and that real Christmassy feeling started to come about. You know, that feeling of, okay, something's coming now, it's Christmas, isn't it? The holidays are happening, the Christmas jumper day happened, and all that sort of stuff was happening around me. And I'm working at the moment on an advent calendar, an online advent calendar. And if you've seen that, I'd love to know what your comments are, both on the calendar, you know, or both in this group here. Post what you think of the calendar. The address was put in Michael's last Monday lunchtime slot. So if you want to have a look at that, that's great. So we're all getting ready for that Christmas period, aren't we? And I was thinking about this yesterday as I was walking in town, doing a little bit of shopping, and I thought to myself, what is it about Christmas? What is it about this feeling? And for me, I think it's about wanting something or looking forward to something and having a forward goal and having a plan and a vision and imagining what it's going to be like on that day. And have you done all the preparation for it? And if you've been shopping and if you remember the sprouts, or if you remembered this, or Aunt Jenny's book token, what have you remembered? And you start to prepare, don't you? You start to make lists. You might make lists in your head, or you might make lists actually on paper and have a bit of a Christmas plan. So that struck me that the first thing I wanted to talk about was having that goal and was having that plan and having that future vision. The second thing that struck me as I was walking in town was probably about how people are at the moment struggling, and a lot of people are struggling at the moment, aren't they? You know, with money or with bills and various things. And it just struck me yesterday, people were struggling, and I did pass the big issue, one of the big issue chaps who was there, all dressed in his Santa outfit, and I've not seen him before, because we have where I live again some. The big issue sellers and vendors are the same people, and they have a cheery chat and they have a wonderful brightness about them. This was a new chap I'd never seen before, but he was ever so quiet and ever so timid and sort of very, very respectful when he was asking people if they wanted to buy a a, a big issue. And I noticed a lady gave him some money, and she didn't want the paper. And I thought, right, you know, I'm gonna buy the paper. I don't usually buy it actually, but I bought it before, but I don't buy it regularly. And I bought it yesterday, and the man was ever so grateful, and he was, you know, thankful for that. And then I also went to the local cafe and got him a hot cup of tea because he looked a bit cold. But it just struck me again about that Christmas feeling is that some people are struggling. You don't have to give money, you don't have to give that type of thing, but some people maybe just want to chat, maybe people just want a little bit of a help, you know. So what could you do sort of to help people at this time? And then yesterday again in town, I thought I'm going to treat myself. So I went to the local pub and I had a pint of beer just by myself. And I thought to myself while I was having that beer, I don't want to do anything at this moment in time. I don't want to be anything at this moment in time. I don't want to have to make lists or get on my phone. I'm just going to enjoy this pint of beer. And I sat there in this pub and just took a moment to watch around me and to look at the joy that people were having, and also the feeling that, you know, there's people in the pub who were getting ready for Christmas. They were having their pre-Christmas drinks and just watching the joy. And it just struck me how being with people and being around people is important for all of us. So here's a bit of a request: how to be brilliant people, because you all are brilliant, or you wouldn't be on this amazing group, would you? So I'm just asking you to consider over the next couple of weeks, some people that may not have some people around them, maybe some neighbours or people that you know, maybe form a little group. Why don't you have a little bit of a cake and tea bit, or coffee and cake and things like that? Or why don't you just invite the neighbours to come round for a drink, or why don't you, you know, do some walking when you go on for a neighbourly walk with some people that you've not walked with a while, and just provide at this Christmas time some company for those people, because I think that's what it's about, isn't it? It's about having company. And then this morning, the last thing I want to talk about this morning, and that's why I call this session, Is It Snowing? Because today it really snowed where I live, and I sort of, we're going out in a moment. I'm going out to finish off a challenge that I've been doing all year. I've been doing a virtual walk from John O'Groats to Land's End. And what I've been doing is I've been going out walking and totting up the number of miles that I've been walking. I'm displaying it on a map, just like a virtual map. Not really walked from John O'Groats to Land's End. I've walked the distance round where I live, and I've been tracking it on a map for a bit of fun. So today I complete that map. I've only got 4 kilometers to go. So I'm going to do those 4 today and complete that. But that's not what I was talking about. I'm talking about the snow. And so is it snowing? So is it snowing with you? So today I've just, this morning, I've just, it's probably why I'm a bit red-faced, is I've just gone out in the cold and I've shoveled the snow away from the car, ready for later on. And you know what? I enjoyed it. I enjoyed shoveling that snow off the path to get my car out and off the car. And also what I did was I also shoveled my 2 neighbours across the way as well, just to give them a bit of you know, sort of time. Because I know the chap that lives 1 door away from me, he goes out to play football with children he's a referee or coach or something like that, and he's going to be doing that today, which is blowing cold. So I've just shoveled his path for a surprise. And then the other family across the way, I know they go out very early in the morning. So if I shovel their snow, that will help them with their day. So again, little snow thoughts. What could you do? What could you do to just help each other and enjoy it yourself? You know, what could you enjoy yourself? What little things, like your little pint of beer or your equivalent, what can you do?